And good evening, folks. I am tbham, casting yet another game from XT's in-house tournament. As our players say hello and talk about silly things, go and introduce them. In the left-hand side of, Newkirk Precincts is our pink Protoss player, super alliteration. It is sad. And his opponent, already 2-0'd in a ZVZ in the first round. Our red Zerg player, Mineskiller. Both these players are Masters players, fighting out in this tournament for spots on the UASL roster for Team Xtraterrestrials. Interested to see what these two will do. Sad is already likely going to be gateway expanding, given that this first pylon is in his base. Gateway expands in PvZ became a lot more popular once HOTS came out. It allows a Protoss to have just a lot more options in early game and mid game, compared to almost always being forced to do some sort of forge fast expands in Wings of Liberty. The Mothership Core has really helped out early game aggression holding in PvZ, and it is indeed going to be gateway first. Likely expands from SAD. Mineskiller just droning up. Looks like he's going to be going hatch first, and SAD is trying to ping, and apparently has forgotten that StarCraft 2 is indeed not Dota. Chat is always fun to read. Yes, Mineskiller he's just going hatch first, so there won't be any super early aggression. He still hasn't even actually made his spawning pool. He's up to 15. Expect to see spawning pool relatively soon. Actually, even going up to 17 workers before making anything. And with this gateway expands, and Mew is actually in here as well, apparently. With this gateway expand, if it seems like he's going 3 hatch before pool even. Gateway expand can do a lot of damage to this. So if SAD can recognize with this probe that this third is already up and the spawning pool is still not started, he could put on a lot of early pressure while expanding, maybe take out this third and take a big lead. These two players are just discussing the merits of Dota 2, it seems. A game I actually do not play. I've had it in my Steam library for quite a while. I've just never decided to look at it. SAD has seen this third, and he has seen the natural up already. And looks like he's going to scout around. Probably leave this probe somewhere where it can make a proxy pylon. Given how early this third was, he's probably very well aware that this was 3 hatch before the pool was even started. And his own Nexus is up, and he's yet to make anything out of this gateway. And he just doesn't really need to. Putting some chrono into gateway research, so he's able to, say, go up to about 3 or 4 gateways, as he is starting to wall off, and put on some early pressure to this third. Since there will be nothing but spines and maybe some queens and a few slow zerglings, there's also no gas out. This drone is going to be searching around for that probe, looking for the proxy pylon, but the probe is hidden all the way up here. So it will take a while for him to find it, if he does find it at all. This Overlord's pathing doesn't look like it's going to find the probe immediately. Actually, he did just click over to the probe, so he will eventually see it. But regardless, there isn't too much of a distance. Zealots will be able to get over here relatively quickly, even without a proxy nearby. The reinforcing will be a little bit more difficult, but these three lings are also going to be helping out taking out this probe. Just scouting around, seeing what's going on. Mothership Core going to be poking out as both players just continue to macro up. And first unit, there is one zealot out, but he is going to be making a sentry behind that, and likely going to be walling off with a cannon here and forcing this zealot. But the link won't be able to get in. He's going to try to attack with the probe, keep him from seeing anything. There isn't too much to see, other than the fact that gateway research is done. He just didn't want to let him see any gases. Still only 1 gas, and this drone of all things is harassing, as drones are wont to do. Interesting. He does have Mineskiller does have 4 queens out, 5 queens out. So he's pretty heavy in these queens. So this Mothership Core is not going to really do anything. And Zealots won't really be able to do too much damage with the amount of queens that are out and the spine crawlers. I'm sure Core can slow the queen, so the Zealots are able to get around to it. And Sad's response is just to take a quick third of his own. He sees what he's facing right now, and knows he's not going to be able to do too much damage. So he's content to take his own third as quickly as he possibly can, with +1 on the way. Still no real tech paths chosen for either player at the moment. A second gas just now finishing up for Sad. And this Ling's going to go over here and see that this third has started. So I expect to see maybe he might try to pressure this a little bit, make a swell Lings, but speed is on the way and not even started yet. So it would be very difficult for him to do that. Roachhorn has started though. So he's just going to be getting up his tech path that he wants to go to, making sure he has the units available. And Sad has seen that there are the spine college and queens over here, so he's interested in these ults into the natural, but that's a lot of queens. It's a lot of queens over here. And with the Lings, these ults aren't going to really do much. In fact, they're just going to kill 2 Lings for 3 Zealots. That is an absurd amount of queens in PvZ, but it worked out pretty well. Mineskiller is going up to his lair, and Sad adding on a robo facility. Has he seen the Roachhorn yet? No, he has not. So it'll be a little bit. I think Mineskiller is expecting either DTs or Stargate plays, because he has already put in Spore Crawlers into his bases, mineral lines. Not sure if he's afraid or expecting, just because he saw this quick third Nexus, expecting to see Stargate play, since it is quite common. His Overlords are in decent spots. He does have a decent amount of vision to see what's going on. Hallucinated Phoenix is going to come in here and see the Roachhorn and see the lair morphing. And the Spore Crawler already there. So he knows he's not really going to be able to go into like a DT harass very early on in the game. His Twilight Council is finished, and +1 is just now finishing. So if he'll go into +2, or just try to power out a lot more gateways, 4 more gateways coming down. I'll put him up to 7 gateways right now. Yes, that'll put him up to 7 gateways. Still nothing coming out of this Twilight Council they put up. And double Spire coming out for Mineskiller. Off of, I'm not sure what vision he's really seeing. He hasn't really seen much. He's seen the third is there, but he hasn't seen a tech path yet. He's just now moving in this Overseer to see what's coming. Throw Facility does have Chrono, and Blink is coming out, +2 is coming out. So it's like this can be a lot of Blink Stalkers, and eventually probably transitioning into some Archons out of that on that. And Archons and Blink Stalkers do pretty good against Mutas. But a double Spire Mutas on 3 base, Mines is banking up a lot of gas, and he actually hasn't upgraded any like melee or range attacks himself. So he is saving all of his gas for these Spire upgrades whenever they do finish. And this Hallucinated Phoenix is going to try to get in here and see that these double Spires are finishing. And indeed, +1 attack for errors on the way, 11 Mutas on the way actually. And will this Phoenix be able to get and see both Spires? I don't think it did. It saw 1. It did see both of them, so it does know that there are 2. Mineskiller is going to try to take his 4th here, because he is definitely going to need this gas. But 11 Mutas on the way. Warp Prism and just a lot of Stalkers right now coming out. The Warp Prism, it is faster now, but Mutas are still pretty darn fast. Proximity pylons placed around the map are going to be good for trying to throw in some harass to these bases while these Mutas are roaming the map, but these Mutas are probably going to be looking for all these pylons, and it finds one already. It will likely find another one. If it decides to go kill them or not, who knows. Yes, he is going to go take that out. Another pylon being put down somewhat forward, and right now it's just a handful of Stalkers, some Sentries, and a couple of Mortals, but that could do a fair amount of damage, like taking out this 3rd base here. But these Mutas are really going to keep Sad on his back foot, forcing him to either put down a healthy amount of cannons or have enough back at home with a Mothership Core with his army so he can recall and take care of these Mutas. And there really is no preparation right now for these Mutas by Sad. He is putting a DT Shrine, so he is hoping to get some harassment. And speaking of harass, the War Prism must have gotten in here and these zealots have come in and done a fair bit of damage. They killed the queen, and they're trying to take out the spy collar right now. But that's just about all they're going to get. A few drone kills, 2 drone kills. I think one was from earlier there, so only 1 extra drone kill. But these mutas are now moving across the map, and there's just nothing in this main for him. He has these units right here and the mothership core with it, but the recall will take a while, and he'll be able to see that the recall is coming, and these mutas are going to come in and snipe off a lot of workers fast. So this worker count is already somewhat low for Sad, and he's going to start just losing workers. He does pull, and he's actually just going to choose to move across the map rather than trying and holding back at his main base. 16 workers already killed for Mineskiller, and he's just going to continue doing that. And Sad is just choosing to try to just base trade them here, or at least take out this third and then go back home. And Mines does see that there's a DT shrine, so he knows that that's going to be there. These 3 DTs over here are trying to take out the 4th while he's taking out the 3rd, and he's probably going to get the 3rd, and he has a good chance of sniping the 4th as well. There's nothing but spy collars over here, but these mutas are still just doing so much work back home. Sniping off the 3rd and the 4th base, though. He could go back home, but his mothership core is apparently got killed. No, where is it? It's not with his army. So just the income right now, it's 72 Harvester still for Mineskiller, and only 18 for Sad. He's still just going to keep pushing and see how much he can get done with just this small army. But there are still a ton of mutas and a ton of workers, and just with this amount, these mutas are going to be able to take out all of these stalkers one-on-one, especially given the fact that they are 1-1. He's blinking, trying to mess with the AI targeting him a little bit, but that's about all she wrote. And Sad is going to GG out of this game. So, Mineskiller with the Double Spire, quick upgrades for a ton of mutas, takes out Sad in game 1. We'll be back shortly with game number 2.